We're going to have two more presenters for the Faces of Life. Our next snapshot of Faces in Life in Prison will be Isaac Sweet and Dan Tash. Please welcome them.
Hello, my name is Isaac Sweet. In 1995, I drove the getaway car from a burglary during which the homeowner was assaulted. In the mid-90s, it seemed fairly common for anyone who took their case to trial and lost to receive an exceptionally long sentence. But I couldn't bring myself to plead guilty to any charges that included an assault. Now, I am nearly 2 decades into serving my 35-and-a-half-year exceptional prison sentence. As a youngster, I was the awkward, chubby kid with glasses. I always wanted to be cool. After dropping out of high school, I started hanging around an older crowd, and everything happened really fast. Before I knew it, I was in over my head. In my young mind, I genuinely couldn't see a way out. Now, I don't mean to make excuses. I should have confronted my bully, but I gave in to peer pressure instead. And as a result of my poor choices, not only did the victim in my crime suffer, but I hurt my family as well. I wasn't there for my grandma or my dad, and I never got a chance to say goodbye. My 2 youngest sisters, my niece and my nephews, have all grown up, coming in and out of a prison visiting room to see me. My grandfather's 86 now. He could use some help. I'm not there for him either. And my mom, my precious mom, same story. Boy, does she deserve more from me. During my incarceration, I've worked to build character and mature with integrity. With an eye towards the future, I've taken some classes, learned some metal fabrication techniques and how to weld, and I've worked various institutional jobs to improve my trade skills. At this point in my life, my primary focus is on simply doing the right thing. I strive to be courteous and consider how my actions will affect those around me. Ultimately, I want to be the best person that I can. I really am sorry for the mistakes I've made, the pain that I've caused, and for all the people who've suffered because of me. And like pretty much everyone else in similar shoes, I wish I had a time machine so that I could go back and right my wrongs. But the reality is, the closest thing to a time machine for me is the hope that maybe one day I could help prevent someone else from repeating my mistakes. But that is a difficult task from inside prison.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dan Tash. I've served 24 years on a life without parole sentence. 1 year later, at the age of 29, I got involved in methamphetamines, and I was sentenced to aggravated murder. Today, I'm 53 years old. I've been a husband to an amazing wife for over 20 years. I have 3 great kids and 4 beautiful grandkids that I love more than anything. Today, I honestly can't believe the person I once was. One of the hardest days I've ever had in prison was having to tell my oldest granddaughter, Layla, why I was here. We were at a visit, and she was 8 years old at the time. She said, "Grandpa, can I ask you some questions?" I said, "Of course you can," having no idea what the questions were. Her first question was, "How long have you been in prison?" And I told her, over 20 years. Then she asked how old was her mom, and I told her. Then her next question was, why was I in prison? I had to tell her that Grandpa got involved in drugs and hurt somebody really bad. Then she asked me, did he die? I've spent 24 years regretting what I have done, but I've never experienced as much pain as I did that day. I had to look my granddaughter in the face and tell her yes. She never once took her beautiful brown eyes off me and asked me if I was sorry. And I said, yes, honey, Grandpa is sorry. Then she asked me if the man was in heaven, and I told her yes. The final thing she wanted to know was, Grandpa, when are you coming home? I told her I don't know, but Grandpa loves you very much, and he's trying really hard to come home. I don't know that I can describe the man I was 24 years ago, but I can tell you who I am today. I'm a husband, a father, and a grandfather that loves his family more than anything. And my only addiction is doing the right thing and loving my family as much as I can. Thank you all for being here today.